Go back to that big mansion on 6th and Road. Get on that bird and get on that bird and take it all the way to your keep house.
Sorry, new device. Over the past 4 decades of covering news out of Los Angeles and around the world, when I haven't been on the road somewhere on, you are beautiful, on planet Earth, I spent a lot of time with the Venice dogs and other people who live in the hood. You know who you are. I know who you are. I've been coming to this beach since I first came to do the Tonight Show with NBC with Johnny Carson, Sheena Easton, Ed McMahon. And, of course, the Tonight Show band with Doc Severinsen, Billy and Johnny and Fred DeCorbita, and thank you Chuck Morgan at NBC for helping put that together, and EMI Records, NBC, making that and other visits to the night show possible. Some of my best experiences in broadcasting I learned from Johnny Carson directly from personal experience, talking to him in green rooms. My recollection of Johnny was amazing on television. He didn't go in over read or too scripted. He was quick-witted. He listened to your answers and then bombed you with questions to throw you sideways. I have not seen a protest on Venice Beach like this, where people are just demanding their boardwalk back. The culture of hysteric Venice boardwalk. Disaster Relief Inc., which has been working on a concept for world peace, despite the governments we work under as an NGO for humanitarian rights and world peace, despite threats from my own government, we're still forging forward. And we're supporting people who are tired of being run over by big business and big government. It's time we learn how to get along with one another. And this area of Los Angeles has major heritage. How long have you been working with the Venice Dogs on this project? Well, this is the biggest process I've seen you guys do in years. When have you done something this big? Demanding the boardwalk back. In recent memory.
Snap had their IPO.
This big? I don't remember that one. What is that? 17? 15? Or when Google moved in.
Early 17.
Yeah, well, see, I must have missed that.
We had several hundred people.
Oh, I think you're going to get that coming. We're broadcasting live on YouTube right now.
Our story was covered all over the world.
You're live to the world right now.
Oh, great.
So, why is it so important to maintain the heritage and the artistic values for the Venice Dogs of Venice Beach and not let corporate America run it into the ground?
People come here for the local charm. They don't come here to buy things from stores that they can buy literally anywhere else in the country, any strip mall, any shopping mall. People come here because it's unique.
And I don't know if you knew this, as of this year, Venice Beach surpassed even Disneyland as the top tourist attraction in California. anybody who comes to California, 75% of all tourists stop in Venice, California. Were you aware of that statistic? I have a proposal you guys should think about if you really want to take this to a whole new level. How the Venice dogs could help eradicate the national debt, avoid World War III, and maintain the heritage of this beach. Make Venice Beach the new Amsterdam.
Yes, you were telling me that before. I'd say that.
And if you tax it right,
Something
you can offset $20 trillion. And if it's all consenting adults, keep your children at home or adult supervision required. It'd be a new concept for America.
Really, that's the direction we're in the meantime, though,
it would lower crime. It would raise money.
City ordinance pending
to move them out.
Protect the ocean from
this type of business. Any more what?
National.
Can these people be moved out as a result of this ordinance, or they're grandfathered? So now they have to decide if they're going to do the right thing. I'll follow you down in a few minutes. What's your name again, brother? Jay, thanks.
Are you ready? All right, Tom, you ready to go?
I got you guys live on YouTube.
I get fun playing the music. I'm not broken for when playing the music all right on. Oh, no. Oh, that's perfect.
All right, so guys, ready to go? Are we going or what? All right, so come on, let's go. All right, so everybody with the sign.
I'm just still videotaping you guys.
Okay, all right.
It's live on YouTube right now.
Cool.
I sent Josh and one other guy in your group the link. If you want to watch it, it's on live right now.
I did a Facebook Live. Get there with I.
What do you mean like that?
Yeah. Starbucks Wi-Fi. Protest Starbucks.
Actually, that's what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing. Why should I have to use my data?
Exactly.
You're late. You guys do it.
We're going down to Ben and Jerry's.
I love your bike.
Yeah, we're rocking our bikes. Yeah.
I love your bike. If you ever want,
Sign?
if you ever want to sell your bike, I like your bike.
Thank you. I'm going to keep it. Thank you.
You absolutely should, but if you just get rid of it, let me know. Because I don't jack people's stuff. That's not what I'm about. And I get really cranky when people jack my stuff. Are you the founder?
Pardon me?
Are you the founder?
Am I not the founder? I'm one of them.
If you send a text that
How are you?
hi, how are you, bro? I can send you. You're live on YouTube. You're live for about, I don't know, 10 minutes of what you're doing. I'm going to follow you down there. But
Right
what?
now we are live on YouTube.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I touched some of your group members and said it was okay to shoot what you're doing here live on YouTube.
Do you have releases for everybody?
No. I do television and film. I put it as a news story. Yes, I did. I tweeted it as a live breaking news story. Talk to me.
If you're somebody you need a release.
Can we talk about your organization, what you want to do, or would you prefer not to? I have talked to some of your people already.
You're on the phone?
I'm sorry, what?
Hello.
Yeah, it's live on YouTube right now. In fact, Starbucks is paying for the bandwidth because I don't need to use my data to promote the
I
business.
noticed that. It's actually cool thing for them. It's
Google, Starbucks, they have a deal together. But Google's also on the beach too, as is Snapchat.
Snapchat owns this building.
Google owns several of them down there.
But Google has been relatively enabled.
They've been more low profile than some of the other players. Snapchat was real visible down there.
They haven't been as heavy-handed as Snapchat.
Did you say Snapchat?
They haven't been as heavy-handed.
No, I didn't as far as Snapchat.
Well, the owner of this building is called Snapshot.
You are beautiful.
And they were the guys.
Snapchat partner
Snapshot
is part of Snapchat.
It's a shell
Snapshot.
company.
Oh,
It's a shell company.
the arm's length plausible deniability. I'm just picking up my stuff so it doesn't vanish. Yeah, I wish.
And they were the guys that forced out the pre-show.
I was wondering how they got driven out because they've been there for what, 10 years or more? How long
They're
is
here
it?
11 years.
10 or more. I've been here since '83.
And that was the part of the building, the first floor over there.
Oh yeah.
Where they were.
And there was something else here before. What was it?
There were a lot of things. There were a lot of stores.
There was coffee shops at one point, stores.
But you'll notice that no one has replaced the pre-show.
And they have it all boarded up too, so you can't see if they're doing something in there either.
Right. But they didn't do is they didn't have a tenant to replace it. They just kicked them out of spite.
Well, it's also a good tax write-up for them because they can write off a loss right now on rent or offset it against future earnings. It's all a money game.
Snapchat is not exactly a well-run property company.
Well, if you read their I agree, it also says that they find stuff in your stuff that you Snapchat or on your phone, which they have full access to. They can edit it, delete it, or turn it over to the Department of Justice. And they also have bought into all the ASAP systems so they can monitor you. I don't know if you knew that.
I think any of those guys will have to turn stuff over to the government if the government demands it.
No, they openly say they will do it on their own volition.
Yeah, well, they're pretty creepy.
That's what I said. They are like CIA Black Ops. They're like Rand Corporation, CIA West. And the tourists don't come here for Starbucks. And you know what? If Starbucks wants a presence, they can also just put a bunch of Starbucks coolers up and down the beach and sell them to local stores.
Well, whatever.
And still have their visibility and not have a store.
Starbucks is known for their corporate strategy of opening up their new places in adjacent to the competition.
By the way, I have not had you on camera any of this time. I don't know if that's okay. That's why I put you on camera.
That's it. But see, there's Cafe Nice there. Groundworks is 2 blocks out.
Yep.
And
there's several other coffee shops down by
but
Joe's
they
Pizza.
always try to drive their competition out of business.
And what's supposed to go on the other floors? I've heard executive suites and all kinds of stuff are going to be up there.
Yeah, I think there's some Starbucks, some Snapchat offices up there. Some of them, most of them left. We ran them out.
Are they still down in the white and yellow building down there, or are they out
They
there?
sold that. I'm there. Or at least
How you doing?
Headed home.
All right, brother.
Just going down here and I'll be back.
All right.
I'll come back and I'll be
Yeah, I'm going to follow protests down in Ben Jerry's in a second. I've been live broadcasting what they've been doing here on YouTube.
good. You got the vocal, you got the voice for it, Doc.
Thank you, Dad. So if you text that number, I'll send you the links. Or if you look at Disaster Relief Inc. on YouTube, it's streaming there live.
Also, we're on Facebook with Venice Dogs, DOGZ.
Right? I know that from being here 100 years. Yeah. I don't know. I think you're a man.
Congrats on selling your house, man.
What's wrong with the Eagles? You don't like classic rock?
They're my team. My team.
Oh, team. I thought you were talking about rock and roll, drugs, sex, and Rihanna Beach.
This is a protest against Starbucks. Except Mark and all those guys went down to
Ben and Scary's.
protest to Ben and Jerry's. Where?
Down there.
Blocks down, and they set up their stop place right next to Charlie Devil's.
Yeah, I know. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Andy's my brother Danny in town. He's an Eagles guy.
Oh, nice.
Was.
Yeah. I was there 12 years ago.
We have a newborn.
Yeah, we did.
That's right.
Where are you going? Sold.
Culver City.
We already there, aren't you?
Yeah, we actually moved there last May. Bought a house. Got a
What
loan.
street?
Minerva. It's about 3 or 4 blocks west of 405. Between Washington Place and Washington Boulevard.
Okay, gotcha.
What's the address? I'll bring the weed.
It's actually right near where John used to live.
Oh yeah, by Sawtell.
A couple of them, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. All right, great.
No, not the sort. He lived on Berryman. Then he moved to the Sawtell.
Oh, so which one are you talking?
Yeah, the Berryman.
Okay.
Near the Berryman.
I didn't go to that place. I didn't know.
This protest has been going on a good 4 to 5 hours between here and Ben & Jerry's and other corporate establishments. They want to maintain the heritage of Venice Beach, the art, the culture, and what made Venice Beach the top attraction even over Disneyland this past year in California. 75% of all tourists who come to California make sure they have a stop in Venice Beach. Whether they hit Santa Monica, Beverly Hills, Hollywood, Starbucks, or Disneyland, 75% of all tourism comes to Venice Beach. As the new published reports this past year, Venice Beach outbilled Disneyland. Sure, ABC would like a piece of this action. And Disney, and I can go down a whole litany of other people, and that's why the big chains are trying to move in. And this is why the local Venice dogs are saying, truck the chains out of here. Or you can see what they're writing and saying. They don't want this to become an artificial mall. They want to maintain the art and the heritage of rock and roll, the Chili Peppers, Morrison, the Doors, Shoreliners, Crips Bloods, artists from around the world who come here to be discovered and are discovered on Venice Beach. A celebrity met with television and film over the years on Venice Beach from
Don't go to Starbucks. Go to Groundworks.
a lot of people from Saturday Night Live, Adam Sandler, Spade. I can go down a list of people that I've seen here over the years.
2 blocks south of where we're at.
Certainly the Sheens.
Don't do it.
Kiefer Sutherland. The crew from Baywatch. Hasselhoff people, and
Don't go to Starbucks. Don't contribute to the place for the Venice people.
and this is a place where you find out. Behind us is the Venice Drum Circle, which has been going on here since, I don't know, I think the 50s. I've been coming to it since '83. As bigger businesses have been moving in, and they have been trying to yuppify this for at least a decade or more now. There's been protests, but they're growing. They want to keep Venice Beach uniquely Venice Beach. You can buy Starbucks, bring it to the beach. Maybe Starbucks should put lots of coolers up and down the beach and stores to sell stuff, but these are people who have been living here for decades, as you've heard from some of the people I talked to earlier. I professionally and personally have been on this beach since '83. I first came to Los Angeles with NBC, and later with ABC and CBS and NBC and many other networks that work with and studios around the world, based out of Los Angeles here since '85. For the most part, where I've been traveling the planet. It is truly a unique culture here. I've traveled the world, And there are certain places you just don't want to change. Like, would you like Venice over there to change? In Europe? Yeah. It's a quaint culture. It's unique. Venice. Venice Beach, California has that same uniqueness about it. Was it $1 million?
I wish.
Or the keys to Starbucks to close it?
That's right after
That's okay, I'll get it on YouTube. I've got about an hour of you guys live on YouTube right now. And I sent some of your group members the links. You're live on YouTube.
I need Viagra for my son, or like a protein or wires.
You just said Viagra for a sign. You did say that.
Yeah, my finger.
Yeah, I see that.
Over. It won't stay up.
You need a reinforcer with your artificial stick.
Be a splint.
A splint or a split? Well, it's Venice Beach. You got to be clear on this stuff.
Ladies, don't go to Starbucks with your groundwork. Support local, you suck.
You can put this on your underside.
Starbucks dries your vagina out.
Oh my God. You can put this behind your finger to hold your finger up.
Boycott Starbucks. Don't go in there, bro. Don't do it. Don't fulfill corporate standards.
You're gonna need something to hold your finger up. Could you use that stick and some tape?
Boycott
I'll take it over.
Starbucks on Venice Beach.
Excuse me, finger girl.
Anybody buying fucking
Wait,
Starbucks?
get this side. It looks better.
But here
Oh, you got me a Viagra. Sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You asked for, I got
Yay.
you blue Viagra to stand your finger up.
A Viagra for my blue balls. My blue tape. Nice.
Well, you can even wrap it around like it's a blue ring.
No corporate
Yeah.
businesses on the boardwalk. Boycott all corporate entities on the boardwalk.
By the way, you're live on YouTube.
Nice.
What's your name?
Barb, how's it going?
Kurt. How long have you been on Venice Beach?
33 years.
34 for me. Question.
Yeah.
Where are you from originally and why is this so important?
Well, I took my first baby steps in Santa Monica, where my dad's from. And I was born in Anchorage, though.
Alaska.
And I have just been roaming this boardwalk since, I want to say since I was 16. So 1985. And I've really seen gentrification take
So you're
over.
38 now, good.
I'm 50.
I'm 150.
Whoa, I just ripped that.
You,
I'm 100.
you should wrap it all the way around and make it look like a blue ring.
Ah, okay. Well, no, I'm just going to leave it on this side.
You don't want them to see your blue ring on your sign with your finger?
I kind of like it like that.
It's your tape from your group there, just so you know.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
I'm Kurt.
Bye, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. If you Google this later, I put it up on the Venice Dogs and I sent some of your group links to it.
Sweet, okay, awesome. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, you got about an hour of coverage live on YouTube right now. Starbucks screw the Wi-Fi. Why should I pay for the bed and promote it?
Halfway over the bend. And,
How long have you been on Venice Beach? Why is this so important to you as a Venice dog?
Born and raised in Venice here. This represents corporatization of the boardwalk. The boardwalk was never like this before.
Would they do this to the Venice canals in Venice, Europe
We
area?
work on the canals. Never good about that.
No, I'm saying they wouldn't do this to Venice over in Europe. They wouldn't
Oh, in Europe?
plagiarize
In
the
fact,
Venice.
if I remember
They
correctly,
would-
most cities around the world, most cities with a historic base like this, do all they can to prevent this sort of thing from happening. But somehow the city of LA thinks that it's okay for this to happen.
And isn't it funny that Venice, this past year, even surpassed Disneyland as the top tourist attraction in California?
Yes, that's the only. It's the only public attraction that's.
And the heritage. You have the Doors were here.
Oh, Venice's history is rich. It's dense with
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
culture. That's right. Everything good in the world started in Venice.
The drums. How long has the drum circle been going on? Since the 50s?
Well, there's been drums here. I mean, when I was a kid, there was drums 24 hours a day.
How old are you now?
55.
So 55
There were
years.
always drums. Anytime you were down here, you were hearing drums.
I heard it went back to the 50s. I don't know when it started. I first came here in 83.
Probably. I wasn't alive then, so.
In 83?
In what?
In 83?
No, in 55.
Oh, no, nor was I. But I heard it was sometime in the 50s that it started. Or maybe even before, because wasn't there Indian and Mexican culture here in the early days?
Oh, yeah. The
What's the
indigenous
heritage?
here, the Tonga people. This place is always been safe.
It's rich with
Yeah,
history.
it's the same spirit that's been here from the very beginning.
Including the snitches, bitches, witches, criminals with
And
badges,
everything you can imagine here.
and all the flags on the beach.
This is something that's all about
Unity.
controlling and these kind of corporations. They're about controlling and containing and commodifying that thing that's Venice.
Do you realize-
they are going to fail? Snapchat failed. Snapchat failed miserably. Did they not?
This is going to be extreme. But Venice Beach could become Amsterdam West. Make all drugs and sex legal here. Keep the big businesses out. We'll solve the national debt. Stop World War III. And have a huge economy.
Whatever's grassroots, as long as it's started by the people who
Roots.
whatever
Well,
works. But
that's-
one way or the other, we don't want overarching corporate control over it.
No. And if they taxed it and made it like Amsterdam, people would come from around the world. We could export stuff.
You understand that with local businesses, the money stays local. Every dime that somebody spends here in this Starbucks or 7-Eleven
Goes to corporate
yeah,
America.
it's going to go someplace
It will
outside.
not
It doesn't help. It helps
re-enhance
people here. It
California.
doesn't help. Right. And when these corporations, they make donations to schools and that kind of thing in order to polish their image and all that. But yeah, polishing is a good.
What's the solution?
What we're doing right now, like I said, it worked with Snapchat. Snapchat failed miserably. We predicted.
And yet they own this through a
Yeah, but
veiled
they're-
partnership.
Well, if you pay attention to some of the news, I think they're under investigation by the Security and Exchange Commission.
Oh, what a
The
shame.
value of their stock back during their
Well,
offering in
and
March 2017.
I haven't had Snapchat on my phone, but I hear in their I agree policy, they reserve the right to edit stuff on your phone, send stuff to the Department of Justice they feel is incorrect, and they've been getting all the surveillance cameras, buying up all the SAP so they can get everybody on camera.
Imagine that when your toy is watching you, you know?
Or the CIA or NSA or Snapchat,
Yeah,
which is, don't they work for RAND Corporation, CIA West?
sure. Rand Corporation are right over there in Santa Monica still?
Oh yeah, they're still right across from City Hall, and they are CIA West.
Remember what we did with Snapchat? We came out here, we relentlessly knocked them, and they laughed at first, thought they had controlled
Oh
everything.
yeah,
decided to
I
own
remember the protests you guys were doing
Now,
down by
yeah,
the.
there's stocks in the toilet, you know, and they're pretty much the laughing stock.
Their
of the-
socks are in the toilet.
Their stock and their socks.
Google set off
keeps-
on the wrong
Google
foot,
keeps
but
it slightly
they
lower key.
now they've gotten more low key and they've gotten off the boardwalk.
Well, their time will come. Their time will come too. Right
As
now
it
we're
does
working
for
on
all
Starbucks. And look, Starbucks, you just leave. They can go do whatever they want. Let them open a Starbucks in Afghanistan. That's a good place.
If-
How about Syria? I think real estate's cheap. in
Maybe
Syria.
Donald Trump can arrange that when he's building a wall. Maybe he could have Starbucks up and down that fucking wall.
You know, if they do something out of Venice, then there's somebody else's problem. But we'll take them out now. I mean, like I said,
Walls don't work, and when you start to
Snapchat would have
squeeze
been
people
just
up.
fine if they had to set up here. But look what happened. So Starbucks maybe, I wonder if we'll see the end of Starbucks.
Well, and also I think with
Overall,
all this
entirely.
yuppification that makes the drum circles shut down now early.
Yeah.
It used to go till midnight,
When I
1,
was a
2 in the
kid,
morning.
all day and all
Yeah.
night,
And that's what I remember. You know, hey, I work in rock and roll and entertainment. Get a sack of weed and spend the weekend and have fun with people on the beach. Now, if you're even caught on the beach past a certain time, you could be ticketed,
Oh yeah.
arrested, because they don't want you
When I
here.
was young, I used to come down here in the middle of the night, and draw diagrams in the sand to try to figure out
Thank
my
you.
problems. You know.
And spend time maybe looking at the stars and getting to know people and find common
And
bonds.
just being next to the ocean, which is bigger than all of us, and it sort of takes you out of yourself.
And I'm just curious how a state and a federally funded park beach they can have all these local ordinances that override people's rights on the beach.
Beats me. There's sort of overlapping authorities down there. I think the county controls one part of it, the city controls it. I think the city controls the restrooms, the county controls the beaches.
No, the police also control the beaches, as you well know.
But it's mostly, I think they kind of farm it out to each other. I mean, I think in general
It's a giant kickback
the lifeguard, I think, is counting, aren't they?
Lifeguard is counting, but they're not usually the ones putting you in handcuffs.
Right.
They may be snitching you out, saying, hey, I see some people over on by.
And then there's state authority all around.
And as you see, even the cops are circling the drum circle at this early in the afternoon, looking for somebody smoking on the beach or having a drink so they can arrest them.
God forbid anybody should do what they want.
Oh, what happened to land of the free and home of the brave?
Oh, it's right here. All this, all of this horribleness with Starbucks and all this, it's going away. Venice will be just fine in no time.
How long will it take before you get them out of here, do you think? How long will it take before you get them out of here, do you think?
Beg your pardon?
How long will it take to get companies like this out of here?
It's hard to say. In a lot of ways, they're worse than Snapchat, but in some ways, it's going to be easier than taking out Snapchat. Because I think that Starbucks isn't stupid. Once their image starts to sour, they'll say, oh, sorry, my bad, and they'll take off.
Well, and they could be selling Starbucks up and down the boardwalk in the local vendors. They don't have to go this extreme.
Well, they could just set up somewhere outside of Venice. I mean,
having refrigerators in stores.
They wouldn't have less money.
They wouldn't have less money if they flooded more stores at lower prices where they'd stock their shelves with Starbucks.
They're putting their hand in the alligator's mouth right now, and this might prove their undoing.
Interesting.
We'll see. It's not a question of...
What about Ben & Jerry's? And I love Ben & Jerry's. Don't get me wrong, I love Ben & Jerry's.
Ben & Jerry's
I
set
love
up
Starbucks.
an ice cream store 2 feet away from another ice cream store that had been there for
30 years. And good 20, 30 years.
I mean, I interviewed him for the Beachhead newspaper, the owner of Charlie Temmel's.
Oh, really?
And he was like, he couldn't believe, like, how could anybody do this? How could anybody think to do something?
And how do they drive the freak show up?
Yeah. And the freak
which had been here over a decade.
The freak show.
What's your name?
John Wolf.
What do you do when you're not doing this with the dogs?
Writing and drawing for the Beachhead newspaper. The oldest newspaper in Venice. One of the last free newspapers.
How do people get a copy of it, online or ouch?
You can find it online. Just look up the Beachhead. The Beachhead.
And do you have if people wanted to send you comments where they can write to you at
There's an email on there. You can look up the Beachhead or go to
freebeachhead.org
or VeniceBeachhead.org. There's a couple of websites.
If people see you want to contact you, how do they email you? Yeah, at the paper, how do they reach you?
They can probably find me through the Beachhead. If they have something to say that's pertinent to Venice,
right.
If they want to say something that helps Venice. I mean, if they just want to rant, that's what the social media is for.
Really?
I don't know.
I don't know. Is that what this is all about? I'm curious how these people can stand up here. Is it all about the bucks? Or are they really that behind?
About the security?
Yeah, or are they really all about the Starbucks?
Oh, they're
about the bucks.
Working stiffs. Yeah, I mean, these guys probably mind one way or the other. I mean, who knows?
Who's this guy up here?
Is that the head guy, the head mucky muck?
I don't know. What does it say? He's got a badge like NSA or something. What does that say?
Maybe he's some kind of security for the building.
What do they make all this?
Freedom of speech, man. They can do what they want.
You work for Starbucks or for?
No, I work for building management.
Which is Snapchat?
No, I work for Lincoln Property.
Lincoln Property owns this now?
No, Lincoln Property is a management company. Snapshot.
Snapshot, which is a division of Snapchat.
What?
A division of Snapchat.
Not that I know of, no. Yeah, that's way above my pay grade, man.
That's what I'm hearing. Interesting. Hey, what are they putting in here where the freak show used to be?
Nothing yet. It's an empty space now.
How much?
How much what?
To rent it.
Rent? Above my pay grade, man. I don't know that stuff.
Who do I call if I want to rent that section?
Call Lincoln Property Management.
Here in Venice?
Huh?
Where are they based? In Venice?
They're post-box. I can tell you where they're based.
Lincoln Property Management in LA. All right. Yo! He works security for building management, which is being run by Lincoln Properties. He said that spot has not been rented out. You could probably work out a deal on it. Wouldn't it be funny if the Venice Dogs opened up a little
Headquarters?
headquarters there and opened up your own freak show?
There's rumors about what's going on in there, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
It's a thought. Or maybe a lot of Venice people maybe want to put it in their own community building right next to it.
This building would be pretty good. Get Starbucks out of here. We can set up a lot of things in here. A lot of things that
Put
are
it in your own show of Venice history even.
But Venice is not short on creative people with good ideas.
Food for thought. I think we should just rent out the rest of the building and then force them out.
I think we should do that.
What do you
4:30.
think?
All right.
Could you write a check for that? Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I sent you guys some of the links to this if you want to pick it up.
Very good, very good.
All right, you got about an hour 10. I got to get heading over to the federal building to deal with some other stuff.
Over where?
The federal building.
Oh, okay.
You know, those fun people.